Hello everybody and welcome to the Tarda Zone. As you can tell by the title of the video, the vile supporters of this era are continuing their vile comments and attacks. And you know, while I'm not English or from the UK, and I don't really give a crap about the royal family, you don't joke about a 97-year-old or however how old she is woman about how she passes away. It'll be an inconvenience for you guys because, you know, it'll interfere with our Doctor Who and is our precious Jodie Whittaker. So I'm going to show you some screenshots because unlike other channels out there, I actually have evidence to show. Now, what I have done is, obviously, because, you know, I don't want to be accused of bullying these people because that's how they twist it, by the way. I have actually censored their names. But don't worry. The uncensored versions will be thrown up on Twitter and are on Twitter. So if you want to go and check them out, you can check them out yourself. But it's absolutely disgusting, and I'm going to be highlighting some of these. Also, fans out there, seeing a tweet, someone insinuating that BBC are racist towards Mandip Gill because she hasn't featured much on covers of magazines. And I will discuss that as well. But again, the behavior of this fandom, especially that side of the fandom, always seems to go unchecked by the people that criticize me and call me out for not liking the series. Well, where I is when these people are putting up vile posts. Now, if you remember, I did a video on a particular female fan in this fandom that made sick Doctor Who cum jokes about David Tennant. Well, she's just piled on and she's part of all of this. So it's the same suspects. Also, I'm actually surprised because there's a person out there, a YouTuber out there, he's male. He does some, well, he calls them leaked information videos, but he's not getting leaked information at all because he has no sources. He's just a liar. And he comes out against myself and Eddie. He also added his 2 cents to these comments and made his own comment. And you know, look, as I said, I'm not a royalist anyway. I don't really care. The Queen is not, she's not my head of state and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, if you're going to be going around making sick jokes about the Queen and hoping that she dies on a certain day, right? I'm going to show you this now, right? This is how pathetic these people are. They're actually asking her not to die yet because they'd rather her die at a certain time so they'll get an extra few weeks holidays. This is disgusting stuff, right? So I'm just warning you all, if you are a fan of the royal family and you respect the royal family, you're going to find this stream a bit hard to take because some of these comments are utterly disgusting and vile. Now, this behavior has been going on ever since Jodie Whittaker was cast. Her fans, I wouldn't really call them fans, but they're obsessed. They have this obsession. And if anything stands in the way from them seeing their precious Jodie, and it doesn't matter whether it's me, and now it seems to be if the Queen gets in their way, they're not going to have it. So they're going around joking, making sick jokes and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you now, just bear with me for a second. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that has been put up on Twitter in the last couple of days. As I said, I have censored their names because what normally tends to happen when I do a video on this and I do call this bullshit out, I get accused by others out there that are very influential in the Doctor Who fandom of bullying these people. But you see, I don't bully them. I call out this kind of vile behaviour because the fandom should act in a civilized manner and shouldn't be making sick jokes like this. But, you know, we're living in a new age and this is what we have to deal with. So I'll start with the Mandip stuff first because it'll be quick and easy to kind of talk about that. So I'm going to show you this tweet here. Right, so here we go. So this person wrote, by the way, that picture there, I should have actually left it, but it was Jodie Whittaker. It's Jodie Whittaker when she was on the Graham Norton show. So this is a J-bot, right? So this is what this J-bot said. Mandip being left out on covers when John is on them is so shady. I would understand if it was just Jodie on the cover, but having John there insinuates that it's a deliberate choice to exclude her, which is so messed up. And my simple answer to that is simple, and what I wrote up on Twitter was this, is the simple fact of the matter is you're a fucking idiot, right? Number one, it isn't racist. Number two, Mandip Gill is old news and featured very heavily during series 11 and 12 of Doctor Who when it came to covers, magazines, interviews, and a lot, right? John Bishop is a new cast member, so obviously he's going to feature more this year than the other two even, and Jacob Anderson has also featured. So your insinuation that this, because that's what you are insinuating racism here, because you're trying to say that she's excluded, right? And it's shady. It's not. It's not at all. Again, this is these people, right? Everything to these people is either racism or gender and all of this crap or feminist bloody rubbish and all of this. That's what they live for, right? This isn't racism, you moron, okay? This is John Bishop, and you didn't even spell his name right. It's Jon, you bloody idiot. John Bishop is the new cast member, so yes, all the focus is going to be on him. Now, if you have a problem with that, I don't really care, right? This era ends, RTD will come in and usher in a new era, and fans like you can get the fuck out of this fandom. And I'm not finished with the rest of them yet, because wait till you see the vile and disgusting stuff that I have to show you now in a minute, right? But you can get out of the fandom just like the rest of them, right? And take his our ideology, take his our fucking agendas, right? And shove them where the sun don't shine. You're not welcome in this fandom anymore, right? None of you are welcome in this fandom anymore, because no Doctor Who fan in their right mind would carry on the way you people have been carrying on ever since that woman was cast, right? For some weird reason, Jodie Whittaker seems to be untouchable. Well, she will be touched by me. I will fucking call her out for her bullshit. And if you have a problem with that, I don't really give a shit anymore, right? Absolutely vile behaviour. But I expect nothing less from these morons, because this is what they've done in the fandom for the last few years, guys. Right? The morons. Right. Let's get straight in. By the way, yeah, actually, so the accused Mandip of that, right? I just want to remind everybody what Mandip posted. I think it was last year, and she was called out for it, and she deleted it. Right? And she deleted it. Right? So this is what I'm going to show you, right? So the accused BBC of racism. Yeah, Mandip Gill put this video up, right? Okay, and it's a video of an Indian woman and I think this is a white woman here. And as you can see here, the video, something got to do with poppadoms, right? And she was called out for it, and she deleted the video very quick. So this video photo was alleged shared by Mandip Gill before her account was deleted as being humorous, what the actual hell is wrong with people? Who signed off on this, right? So they accuse BBC of racism, but yeah, I've seen this video, by the way, and it is, I have to admit, it is very cringe, and I would say it's borderline racism. And she shared that. She shared that. And then in the series, then they go on about racism, and she contradicts herself here, right? So I just wanted to show that, just to show you. There, pop it on. She shared this video and thought it was fucking hilarious, right? So I just wanted to put that in there just to show you what kind of mentality, you know, the woman has as well. She talks about racism and she's blatantly racist there herself. But let's get into these disgusting messages now. And again, I'm just going to say this is going to be, this is not going to be pretty. So, screen share. I keep hitting the invite button because I'm so used to bringing people on that I've forgotten how to use the fucking share button. Right, so the headline there is politics from all. The Queen has cancelled her Northern Ireland trip after doctors advised her to take a rest for the next few days. Now, as you do know, the Queen has had some tests done. Now, she has come home recently, and there was speculation that, you know, and there was speculation on Twitter, I'm not going to lie. People were asking, was she dead, and stuff like that. But this is what this person said. Is this happening? Then someone wrote, no, stop. If she pegs it before Doctor Who starts, they'll probably have to delay it. All right? We'll continue on. This is another one. There is that, but there is the national mourning period. So we all get time off, whatever we have to do. So there's still a win. Right? There's still a win. Right? If she could hold on till Crimbo, so we don't have to work to then it'll be smashing. Now, this is the girl that was making the cum jokes, by the way. She's back. Right? Actually, if she waits until the New Year's Day to fuck off, then I get 3 weeks off, not just 2. Now, you're listening to this. These are these fans, right, that have been praised, that have been supported by people within this community, not our community, but the other community. They've been backed by people that we know that are very influential in this fandom, and this is the stuff that they're coming out with. But yeah, they come after me when, number one, when I actually expose the little twats, and number two, when I call out the bullshit that's happening in this era. But they won't come out after these people who are basically hoping that the Queen dies at a certain time so it doesn't ruin their favourite TV show. Wait, no, it can't happen during the holiday, half term, because then we don't get a week off. Then someone wrote, here we go again. It's party time soon. Oh my God. And then this person says, everyone is going to be suspended. Now, this is the fella that does the rumors videos, right? And he decided to add his nose to the whole thing. He says, imagine we're all watching Flux. It's all doing great. We're mid-episode and it cuts off due to the announcement of the Queen dying. Then someone wrote, the Queen being a Whovian would be so annoyed to be watching it and then die midway through. Then the response here is, I'd kick the table over. And then someone wrote, I'll frantically go on the BBC iPlayer. Is it bad that I would officially complain, says someone. You sick fucking piece of shit. Yes, sorry, Your Majesty, but please don't die, right? Listen to this. Please don't die until December 5th. No. Can she die after the episode? Right? So this is the kind of conversation that these kids are having on Twitter. And nobody has, by the way, all of these people, right, are defended by people in this fandom. You're Irish and crying about the Queen, the absolute tragedy. I'm not crying about the Queen. You obviously need to take the wax out of your ears, mate, right? What I'm saying is, I'm not a fan of the royal family, but nobody should be wishing a 92-year-old woman dead. And if you think that's okay, get the fuck out of my chat. All right? It doesn't matter whether I'm Irish, English, Scottish, Welsh, German, fucking Chinese, fucking whatever, right? Nobody should be wishing the death or hoping that someone dies, right? No matter who they fucking are. My ancestors are laughing at me. Well, actually, it just goes to show you how much you know about fucking me, because I have English fucking blood in me, you fucking idiot. Get out of here, right? My fucking grandmother is English. Get out of here, right? She came over here and she had me mother. My mother is Irish, but I have English blood in me, so get the fuck out of here, right? You don't know what you're talking about. Don't come in here with your crap, right? And not know all the full details. The point is that nobody should be wishing the death of anybody. It's disgusting, irrelevant of who they are, right? That's the point. I don't think people get it, right? You don't wish the death of someone. Doesn't matter who they are. And the fact that there's people in here right now trying to change the narrative and try to push it back onto me. Oh, look at the Irish man defending the Queen. Instead of being outraged about the fans that are actually bleeding, wishing the Queen dead. Are you all sick in the head or something? Seriously, you sick in the head? This behaviour has been going on ever since Jodie Whittaker was cast as the Doctor, right? It's not the first time that these people have said vile and disgusting stuff. There's even a thread where one of them made up their own story and said that one of the doctors came over Susan's face, right? Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that reasonable behaviour? This is why, right? This is why I call this out. And I'll never stop, by the way. Yeah, and this is why I get so much stick in the fandom. This is why the lies about me being this, that, and the other, because they're trying to discredit me because they know I call this bullshit out. As I said, this is a 90-odd-year-old woman, right? It doesn't matter whether you agree with her or not, or whether you hate her or not. At the end of the day, these fans are actually going onto Twitter, right, and actually saying, on one hand, that they want the Queen to die, but wait until a certain date so we can get holidays and we can watch Jodie Whittaker's Doctor uninterrupted. If you do not think that that's disgusting, well then I'll tell you now, get out of me chat, right? Unsubscribe me channel, because it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But these kids have been getting away with this all the time because nobody on their own side has the balls to call them out, right? And then when we call them out, then you get the whole thing. It was only a joke. We didn't mean it. It's always only a joke, isn't it? It's funny, right? I was born in Ireland, but literally I have an English side to the family. Like, these people, like, you know, Absolutely ridiculous. Like, but as I said, you know, I'm not here defending the Queen. No. I am criticizing the fact that there are people out there in this fandom that are wishing harm on a 90-odd-year-old woman. See, we live in a society today that, you know, I'm speaking common sense here, right? But common sense has gone out the window, right? And these twisted minds that we have in this fandom, they need to be weeded out. They need to be exposed, and they need to be called out for their bullshit. And I'll do it. It doesn't matter how old she is. 90-odd-year-old woman. It doesn't matter whether she's 95, 92, whatever. The point still stands. These fans are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And if anybody can justify what they've said or say it's a joke, as I said, get out of the fan, get out. And get out of the fandom as well. You have no place of being in this fandom. Get out. You are not wanted. We don't want fans like you in the fandom. Right? All that's happened here is that during this era, they tried to usurp all the long-term fans and genuine fans of Doctor Who and replace them with morons like that. And it backfired because they've had to bring RTD back. So you can leave. Because I know a lot of you have said when Jodie Whittaker is gone, yous are gone. Good. Go. Nobody wants that toxic, vile crap going on in the fandom. So get out. Don't come back. And don't let the door hitches on the way out. Yeah. Yeah, they usually blame it on a disability or something. They always say that they have something when they get called out. It's the usual crap, Matt. We get that all the time. You know, we know all their list of excuses. Jesus Christ, we could write a handbook, the J-Bot list of excuses hand guide. So let's see if we got in the chat. We got Michael in the chat. We got one of me mods, PD Rich, Matt Jones, Mad Lad, Connell in the chat. We've got Ian Gardner in the chat as well. Who else have we got? We've got Who Can Say Wagwen. Mind Monkey is in the chat as well. Lee Halford, Mr. Fish, Alpha Omega, Real Super Doctor is also in the chat. Nice to see some of the familiar faces. I see that we've got some new faces in the chat. Your Muslim uncle is in the chat as well. Lee Halford is in the chat. Mr. Fish. Who else have we got? Who else? If I've missed anybody, let me know. Oh, we got Chris Persia in the chat as well. Nice to see you, Chris. Nice to see you. I hope you are all doing well. We got Nicholas Horton in the chat as well. Welcome, Nicholas. Nice to see you. We got Robert Payne in the chat. And Silver Turk, who's having a go at me, even though I do have English ancestry, saying that like me Irish ancestors would be upset with me. I don't think you know the mood of the country now. I think we've all gotten over the fact of what's happened in this country and we've moved on. You know, there's been relative peace up in Northern Ireland ever since then. So don't preach to me about my own country. Who else have we got? I think I've got everybody's name. We got Shelley in the chat as well. Welcome, Shelley. Nice to see you all. So Shelley says hi. Nicholas says hi. Nice to see you all. But look, the bottom line is that This is, no matter who you are, this should outrage people. This is the type of stuff that's been going on in this fandom. As I said, ever since Jodie Whittaker was cast and Chris Chibnall came on board. And these fans of this era, some of them are just the vilest people you will come across in this fandom. And it's funny that I've actually called a few of them out on Twitter publicly a few months back. And then I got, obviously, piled on by all the supporters of this particular girl that was making sick sperm jokes and cum jokes about doctors and stuff. You know, they're obsessed with sex, right? They're obsessed with sex. They have this obsession and it's unhealthy as well, you know? And, you know, we've also noticed in this fandom, if you have a different opinion that doesn't suit with theirs, well, then you're in a lot of trouble with these people. Because, you know, as I said, they're the bigots. You know, it's funny, isn't it? They call us the bigots, the racists, and all of this, but yeah, they're projecting onto this fandom. They're the bigots, they're the racists, and they're the vile pieces of crap. Right? Vile pieces of crap. Imagine wishing someone dead. I mean, this fandom has hit a new low. It's hit a new low. I didn't think it would get any lower, but it has. It has. And as long as these people remain unchallenged, then they're never going to change their behavior. And this is why every so often, if I see something that's really disgusting, you know what I'll do? I'll do a live stream and I'll talk about it. You know, a lot of people have said to me recently that the Tartar Zone is a very important channel because I don't shy away from these sort of things. And I don't. And I never will, because, you know, it is the right thing to call out this stuff. You know, it shouldn't be going on. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, imagine saying don't die until December 5th, and then someone else then adds, oh, no, can we wait a little bit later because we get an extra week's holiday? It's absolutely disgusting, folks. Teddy Terrier Tales, if you want happy, Ted has new videos. 2 love hearts. That is all. Kiss, kiss. Yeah, go and check out Teddy Terrier Tales, folks. And that's me dog's YouTube channel. Yeah, even me dog has a YouTube channel. There you go. And we know there's lots of fans of Teddy. Ian is wondering if he's blocked because his messages aren't coming through. Mate, if you are blocked, I wouldn't be able to see your messages. So they're obviously coming through. And Lee Halford says, yeah, Ted. Well, I know Ted has a lot of fans as well. So go and check them out because, you know, there is a couple of videos there as well. Obviously after this stream. I know Noel, formerly known as the Tartar Zone. I'm not formerly known as the Tartar Zone. I am still the Tartar Zone. I don't know where that's coming from. But thanks, Michael. I'm still the Tartar. It's still the Tartar Zone. I haven't changed the name. I'll never change the name. And Mr. Fish says, at Teddy Terrier Tells and gives him a chicken drumstick. Now, Teddy is on his dry food now. He doesn't get any chimkin. For dogs, you say chimkin. I didn't know that until Cheryl actually educated me. But chimkin. I wish you would go back to the Tartar Zone. Thanks very much. I am in the zone. Listen, you mightn't agree what I have to say, and you're probably here just to store it. But if you don't think there's anything bad or wrong with what's being said about the Queen, as I said, just leave the chat, because I have no time for people that don't think that this is I don't have any time for people that think this is okay and all right behavior. this isn't okay, and it isn't all right behavior. It's absolutely fucking vile and disgusting. We got a Facebook user. Hey, Noel, check out Keith James Q and A on Doctor Who Classic Infinity. It was a good read. Ballstrek was their target yesterday. Yeah, well, that happened because Mr. Tortoise decided to do another hit piece on Ballstrek, because Mr. Tortoise's channel is actually sinking bad. So he needs to come out and start criticizing people like myself and Ballstrek, because he did a hit piece on me as well, to get his views up. It's the only time that his views actually go up is when he's criticizing people on the other side of the fandom that he perceives that are toxic and vile. So he's only doing it for the clicks and stuff. Sure, he said something himself about Jodie Whittaker, and they came after him as well. So look, I wouldn't be taking any notice of that bleeding moron, to be quite honest with you. You know, people are sending me stuff. I don't want to know what he has to say about me, to be quite honest with you. As far as I'm concerned, he's irrelevant. He does nothing but cause division in this fandom, and he's probably one of the biggest culprits in this fandom, because he's very clever. He retweets people's tweets so people get piled on. That's his MO, right? And he goes around calling people white supremacists, and we've already shown you that in the past he did this to someone and he was made apologize, right? This man is vile and he's toxic as well. So I'm not, you know what, I don't have time for that moron anymore. He's always been and always will be the Tartar Zone, says Teddy Terrier Tales. Yeah, I'm still waiting for info on the new Doctor. Well, you'll be waiting a long time, Mr. Fish. As I said on this channel for the past few months now, there'll be no announcement made about the new Doctor until next year. People are just, and I've seen a lot of fans out there wanting to know who the 14th Doctor is going to be. Even Russell T has said himself that right now he isn't doing anything. He is going to sit back and enjoy Jodie Whittaker's final series. That's what he said. So he hasn't even thought about what he's going to do with Doctor Who. The announcement was made, which I believe was made because I think someone was going to leak it, and BBC got there before it was actually leaked. But I don't think they actually wanted to announce RTD. I've always found that announcement, when it came, very strange, because Series 13, you know, they were getting ready to release a trailer then for Series 13. So I've always thought that announcement was a bit strange. So there won't be. It won't be until 2022. And listen, this is not sources saying this, right? It's logical. Just like I said that the show, when Series 13, everybody was wondering when is Doctor Who Flux going to air, right? What did I say on this channel? It'll be sandwiched between Country File and Strictly Come Dancing, like it has the last 2 seasons. And what's happened? It's stuck between Country File and Strictly Come Dancing. You don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to figure this stuff out. But there's so many dumb people in this fandom, right, that they were going around harassing, right, and trying to get information about, you know, harassing the people. When are you hearing Doctor Who? When is it on? What time? And all of this. Right? This is what this fandom has become. So yeah, I mean, as John said there, even the regeneration will probably show Jodie regenerating, but not showing the next Doctor. That will be a possibility. So as I said, you know, we'll know by the end of the year, I reckon, says Lee. I don't know, Lee, because, you know, we've got another couple of specials to go. Are they really going to announce the 14th Doctor before we get Jodie Whittaker's last specials. Now, I know they have announced RTD, but again, I would find that very peculiar and strange. I reckon 2022 is a safer bet. Probably after the last special, we'll probably get some sort of announcement then. Or maybe even before the last special, maybe. You never know. But I don't see it happening this. I'd be very surprised. Look, I'd be very surprised if they did announce something. Because if you think about, if you're saying at the end of the year, well, we're in October now, we're coming to the end of October. So you're basically saying 8 to 10 weeks from now, they're going to make the announcement on the new doctor. Don't think so. We probably not know the new doc until spring of next year. I reckon Easter, personally. I have, Robert says here, I have comorbid Asperger's syndrome, but I still know what is right and wrong. So claiming you got a mental health issue is no defense. I agree, Robert, but they do hide behind that when they are called out. Oh, look, you're picking on someone that has blah, 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 or is disabled and all of this, right? Well, if you're going to go and say vile, disgusting stuff, right, and you stand by what you say, well, then don't be surprised if you get called out, but then you can't go running and hide behind your disability either, right? You own that shit, or you just don't open your mouth at all. Simple as that. Agree to disagree, mate, but again, who knows? You're right, Lee. You know, we nobody knows right now. I wouldn't rule it out totally, right? So I'll give you that. I wouldn't rule it out totally, but logically, if you look there logically, Lee, and let's be honest, Chris Chibnall doesn't do logic, so that's why we do get confused. But if you look at it logically, I don't think any announcement will be made this year in 2021. But we'll see. These people like labels and being labeled, says Real Super Doctor. I agree. But again, it's the whole thing when they get called out, then they seem to revert back to all of this. And I'm sorry, I don't buy it. Second of all, I don't care whether you have a disability or not. I have one, but you don't hear me talking and complaining about or using them when people come after me. Right? I stand by what I say, and if people want to call me out, that's fine, fair enough. I'll fight me corner. That's what you do. But these people don't. They play the victim. Because that's all we got in this fandom now from the other side. Victim players. That's what they do. They play the victim card or whatever card that they can to make you look bad, even though they're the ones that have said the bad, vile shit that I've just shown you guys tonight. And by the way, that's just a little sample of what's being going around. If you actually go into Twitter and I reckon if you put in the keywords Doctor Who, the Queen, right, you will see more vile tweets and disgusting comments from these kids. And they all think it's a laugh and a joke and it's great. But it's not. Could you imagine if I came out and said something like that, especially being Irish, right? And I came out and I said something like that. What would happen? People would try to cancel me. I'd be vilified. I would be attacked left, right, and center. They would try to cancel me, basically. Right? That's what would happen. But when they do it, right, they don't like being called out, right? And then all of a sudden, as I said, they play the victim. Oh, look, now from the third zone is picking on me because I said some vile crap and then he's calling me out, but he shouldn't be calling me out because I have a disability. Seriously, fucking annoys me, it does. But you see, here's the thing, and this is the problem. As I said, the people that have no problem calling me out, right, won't call out their side of the fandom. right? Remember, these are the same people that all supported Tom Vance, right? And we all know what he did. For a whole year before that incident, I was warning people about how vile he was. I was showing them the disgusting posts he was writing about me and others in this fandom. And I was accused of bullying him. We managed to get him taken off Twitter, right? And then we had Mr. Tortoise and others close to BBC Doctor Who magazine defend them with a hashtag unban Vance, hashtag save Tom Vance, all of this rubbish, right? And then what happens? It turns out that he was sending inappropriate messages to women in this fandom, a particular woman in this fandom who wasn't into guys anyway. And this person, what you call it, this person was, we told everybody, but he got defended. And I was the one that was criticized. They tried to have me channel taken down. They tried to have me Twitter account taken down, right? Because I exposed this piece of crap in the fandom. And they continue to do it. Let me see. I've got a message. Oh. Oh, okay. Let me see. What do I want? I don't know. Are you listening to the stream? Yeah. Well, if you're listening to the stream, you're getting a kebab, are you? Oh, Jesus. Do I want the kebab? Yeah, go on. Just get me chicken shawarma. There you go. I don't know if you've heard me. Chicken shawarma. That's what I have. Exactly. No need to announce it to the world, Big Mouth. It doesn't matter. What do you mean? Just go. She asks me, do I want food, right? And just because I've answered her, she's got given out. I'll have me shawarma. No, none of the jalapenos though. No jalapenos this time. I don't think my stomach can take them. Hence why I said text. It's only that people don't mind if we're talking about food. Well, for sure, listen, we talk about food, everybody will probably get hungry and leave. I'm only messing. But no, back to the series. But look, this has been going on, as I said, a very, very long time. And people like myself, Lee, and there's others out there in the fandom, not my fandom, and pages like that are exposing these people on a daily basis. And you should see some of the stuff that's come to light lately. And I've kept silent on it, but when I seen the stuff about the Queen, right, I had to say something. And the reason why I had to say something was because, you know, as I said, wishing someone dead is just wrong, right? And I'm hoping that they die at a certain date so you get extra holidays off work or extra days off work, or there's national mourning. That's just disgusting. Just disgusting to me. Just absolutely disgusting and vile. But you won't see Mr. Tortoise call this out. He'd rather focus on Baldstrick and call him a white supremacist rather than call out the people that are actually saying vile and disgusting stuff in the fandom. And the reason why he won't is because most of them follow him, watch his videos, share his videos. So, and as I said, you know, the only reason why he's talking shit about Baldstrick is because the views on his channel, when he does other videos, you'll notice, yeah, the views are still pretty okay. But when he talks about me, Baldstrick, or anybody else, Gary from Neurotics, like he did, watch those videos. They jump in viewership. So he's only doing it because his channel is dying, right? because the guy has no talent, no matter what he says. He calls himself a writer, right? I had a look at one of the things that he wrote, and I tell you something, I'd rather rip out the pages and use it as toilet paper than read anything from that bloke, to be quite honest, right? But this is why he goes after, because he knows his channel's dying, right? His channel's dying, so he needs to create the drama. But instead of actually calling out people that were slagging the Queen off, right, he won't call that shit out. He'll focus on our side of the fandom, right? And that's not how you do things, right? I even, you all know yourselves, guys. For the last couple of weeks, I've been saying about people on our side of the fandom that have been still negative towards the RTD announcement. I've said it. I've called people out. I've said it. I've said, look, you can't judge him because you haven't seen that and he's written or put down on paper or seen that on screen. And all of this negativity is unjustified. Now, hold on, the wife is in here.
No, you can leave it on. I'm just going to make one comment that covers everything. No, seriously, not about that. That I think the biggest problem that has just been exacerbated since the lockdown with so many people on social media and everything is people forget there are real humans involved in who they're trashing. The Queen is a real person. She is Alec Baldwin's a real person. Everyone's a real person. So don't go spread hate anywhere. You can disagree with someone and still not be hateful.
Exactly.
Okay. And then can we not have some fruits?
So I probably wrote better than Mr. Birdie Woke Pants Piss Baby reviews at college. Listen, 12 years of age, I've told this story. At 12 years of age, I wrote a short story, right? Now, my mum has been reading books all her life, right? My mum is a very heavy reader, right? Even when she's watching fucking TV, she has a book in her hand. And I wrote a story when I was 12 years of age, a murder mystery story at 12 years of age. My mother was so impressed that she actually shared this story with all of the neighbors. And all the neighbors were saying how great the story was. I can tell a story. I can actually, you know, I will say that me spelling can be very bad, right? And that's got to do with the stuff that's been going on with me throughout my life that I don't really talk about, you know, the injury that I had when I got a smack of a bus, and then the very same fucking year I got a bang of a car as well. So I got a bit of a head injury. So my spelling hasn't been the greatest. And I know that, and I get slagged for that, but that doesn't bother me anymore. If people want to call me out my spelling, that's fine, fair enough. If you're that petty, fine, you know. But I could tell you now, right, I could write something now and it'd be better than that, and that I've fucking seen him write. Right? He's a failed writer, right? And he's so desperate to make it in this industry that, you know, he will shill all the way like he's done for this past few years, right? Especially with this era, because he's trying to get on the good side of the BBC and stuff like that. He thinks by praising this era that somehow he's going to get a job. The problem for him is that he actually needs talent and he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any. It's the same when he does research for his videos, and he half-assed researched when he did his video on me, right? Because what he failed to do was actually put up the videos where I actually gave fans an update. All you guys have been following this channel from day one, so you know what I've said on this channel about rumor and source information, what has come true and what hasn't come true. But he left all of that out and tried to make it out that I've been lying to this fandom. Yeah? Recently, Jodie Whittaker, right, has come out and said that she left. Chris Chibnall came out and actually said that he wanted to leave long before he actually left. What was I telling all you guys on this channel? That he wanted to go. I was called a liar, but he confirmed it himself. He confirmed what I said on this channel. So you know what? I don't care. I even said the Santarans were coming back, right? And he went to a magazine to have my video taken down. And guess what happened? We got the Santarans. So, at the end of the day, I don't need to prove myself in this fandom. I think all my chat, why I've got nearly 2,000 subscribers. I think all of my followers and subscribers know that I am uh, a legit person to come to for source information. I even last year when Spyfall came out, a few hours beforehand, I did a video and I gave away the whole synopsis. And I also told people what was going to happen at the end of the first episode, the cliffhanger. What happened? BBC had the video taken down for giving away trade secrets and embargoed information. And yeah, with the screenshots and the proof that happened, you know why he turned around and says, Noel probably photoshopped them. Anybody that knows me knows I can't even use the fucking share button properly on this. The negative energy this live radiates. It's not negativity. I'm calling out the bullshit that's happening in this fandom. As I said, Jodie Whittaker fans have been joking about the Queen dying, right? So if you don't like what I have to say, then as I've said to people that have been here at the start of the chat, you can leave the chat. I haven't got time to be listening to people that think I'm toxic and negative when all we've had in this fandom for the last 5 years is toxic and vile behaviour from Jodie Whittaker fans, right? And again, they've stooped to another level now, wishing the Queen dead. He says, you like the Queen. Again, as I said, right, this is not about who the person is. This is a woman who's 95 years of age, who these fans were joking and wishing that she die at a certain time so it doesn't ruin that precious Doctor Who flux. Right? And as I've said to people on this, I have English side of the family. But no, I don't like the Queen. Everybody knows where I stand on the royal family anyway, but that's beside the point. This is not about the fact that she's the Queen. This has got to do with the fact that she's an elderly old woman, 95 years of age, right, who these fans are actually joking and laughing about her dying and when she should die, right? Now, if you think that behavior is okay, as I said, get your ass out of this chat. Right? But if you think it's offensive and it's absolutely disgusting and vile, like I do, well then fine, fair enough. But if you don't, leave the chat. Every single tweet that I've seen, right, is from an account that has Jodie Whittaker in their profile picture, right? Has rainbow flags everywhere, right? And their usual bios and all of this, right? They're all Jodie Whittaker fans. Behavior has nothing to do with who you stand. But what I'm trying to tell you is it's mostly Jodie stands. What do you not understand? What do you not understand? These are all fans of this era. You obviously didn't watch the start of the stream, because if you did, I would have showed you the screenshots. Go back and have a look, right? These are all Jodie Whittaker fans. They're all upset. They don't want her. On one hand, they're saying they don't want her to die before the 5th of December, right? And some are saying they don't want her to die during the first episode because they'd be really pissed. And then some are saying, well, why doesn't she die then? Because we'll get an extra week holiday or there'll be national mourning, right? Like, I don't know why everybody's having a go at me, like, for defending an elderly woman. It doesn't matter what her rank is or who she is in life. right? As I said, they've been saying vile and disgusting things about that woman. And I'm hurt about what exactly, Just Joe 98? Explain yourself. Don't just put 2-letter sentences in there, right? Explain to me, right? Instead of your stupid little comments, right? Explain to me why I'm hurt. Go on. People don't think like you. The royalty isn't popular anymore. It's not a new thing. Right, so what you're saying is because the royal family is not popular anymore, that people have the right then to say disgusting, vile things about the Queen. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Seriously, is that what you're saying? Right? Because they're not as popular as they used to be, it's okay for people out there to say vile and disgusting things. Is that what you're saying, Joe? Exactly, Chris. That comment is absolutely spot on, mate. That's what it's about, right? It's morals. Wishing ill that's his problem. Nobody should wish ill health or death on anyone. And that's exactly me point here. Well done, Chris. People have the right to say what they want. I thought you would be into that. People don't have the right to wish death on someone. I'm sorry, I don't know what kind of fucking world you're living in, right? You must be fucking sick in the head if you think that that's okay, right? Because no normal person with fucking morals would wish anybody dead, right? And by the way, I've been subjected to this as well, by the way. I've been sent death threats and people wishing that I had the virus and all of this other stuff. Oh, I hope you die in a car crash and all of this. Is that acceptable as well, Joe? Is it? Because in a normal fucking moral society, that type of shit wouldn't be going on. This wouldn't have happened in the 90s. This wouldn't even happen in the early 2000s, right? If Twitter was around back in the 90s and the 80s and stuff like that, none of this would be happening. There would be moral outrage. Those people that said those things would be tracked down by the police, by the law, and they would be charged, right? You don't wish death on someone like that anyway, right? Years ago, that would have been called treason, right? Now, this is an Irishman educating you, right? So if you wish death on the Queen, right, that used to be treason. I don't know if it still is treason. I think that law is gone. I'm not 100% sure, but it's treason, right? Do you know what used to happen, people, back in the day? If they said anything nasty about the Queen or the royal family back in the day and it was classed as treason, go back to Henry VIII's time and you'll know exactly what would happen to you, right? And again, that's besides the point, right? It doesn't matter what she is in society, right? It's an old woman. Freedom of speech comes with responsibility. Exactly, Robert. But they did, so now what? Well, they should be, in fairness, all of those people that said those vile things should have their Twitter accounts suspended. And they shouldn't be allowed on social media anymore. That's exactly what should happen, right? We all talk about the racism that goes on social networking sites, right? And the abuse and the bullying, right? This is another form. Wishing death on someone. That's vile. Everybody that was in that thread, every single one of them, should be suspended and never allowed to come on Twitter again and blacklisted. Right? That's what should happen in a normal society. But unfortunately, social media are not doing enough. And the police aren't doing enough to police the bloody thing. Right? And you don't think you've done just as bad things. Well, explain to me what I have done that would justify what have I done? Because you seem to know me. So tell me, what have I done that's as bad as wishing death on someone? Tell me. Don't be talking out your arse, Joe. The only reason why you're still in this chat is because I'm allowing it. But tell me, what have I done that's worse than what they've said? Go on, I'll wait. I'll be waiting all night. Right, we got a €5 super chat from my good friend Raymond O'Reilly. Welcome, Raymond. Nice to see you again. He says people have to think what they want, but not what to say. Sadly, but that's the world we live in. Exactly. And thanks for the super chat, Raymond. Wishing death on someone is not a threat. It's nasty, but it's not a threat. I never said it was a threat. Where did I say it was a threat? It's nasty, it's vile. And if these people had morals, they wouldn't be even a moral compass, I should say, then they wouldn't be saying these things. You're right, you're such a good person, I was wrong. Now, see, you're just being, see, Joe, you're not getting away with that lightly. You've made a comment, right? Okay, and you can't back it up. So now you're just coming out with you. Well, you're right. You're such a good person. I was wrong. Listen, I don't claim to be perfect. Have I made mistakes in my life? Yes, I have. Everybody has. Nobody's perfect. But the problem is these people, right? And they're the same people every time, right? It's not just one mistake they've made. It's several, right? In the last few years in this fandom, right? That's the difference, right? I've learned from every mistake that I've made throughout my life, right? That's what you do. That's how you grow as a person and a human being. You learn from your mistakes, right? These kids are not learning from their mistakes, right? They continue to say the same vile shit every day, and then when something new pops up like this, then they throw their weight behind that. They're disgusting. It's none of your business what mistakes I made throughout my life. That's none of your business. This is not about me. You want to make it about me because you want to distract away from what these vile pieces of shit said. Do us a favour, mods, now. I'm actually finished with him. Remove Joe from the chat, please. No, you're wrong. I'm actually at the showing the comments to people in the chat. Right, so don't be coming in and trying to defend him. And you can get rid of him as well, by the way. Right? Well, listen, I'm not going to have anybody in here defending that behaviour. If anybody in this chat is defending the behaviour, moderators, do me a favour and remove them from the chat, please. I am not going to have anybody in here defending that shit. Someone actually said, right? No, don't die on the 5th. She could die on the 5th of December, right? And then someone said, oh no, don't, not yet. Wait until after Christmas so I can have me holidays, right? Seriously, if you're defending this, get out of the chat. That's all I'm just going to say, right? I've shown the proof. Go back and watch the start of the video. If you haven't watched the start of the video, don't be coming in here and commenting an hour and 4 minutes later and saying that I'm talking out my arse when I've literally showed every single fucking screenshot, right? No, it's based on law. The Gen Y and Gen Z don't seem to understand. No, they never will. Sure, look at some of the comments that I'm after getting in the chat tonight. They're different. I don't know what's happened to our young people. I don't know what's happened with society, right? But I would not raise or bring a child into this world now. I wouldn't. I wouldn't subject them to this fucking society because it's sick. It's sick. Who gives a crap, Matt? Let them. Let them. You know me. I don't care. I always seem to rub them up the wrong way when I call them out. Return of Memory says, yeah, they're being dicks, can't defend them, and that's coming from me. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So at least we got someone from that fucking side that has common fucking sense. Well done. Because it is vile, mate. It is. It doesn't matter who she fucking is. I mean, they're having a go at me because I'm Irish and apparently I'm defending the Queen. Like, they're trying to distract now, right? I'm defending an old woman who's 95 years of age, who people in this fandom are wishing fucking dead, right? Because it's disgusting and vile. And I'll call that shit out every fucking time. It doesn't matter who it is, right? It was the same when comments were made about Jodie Whittaker. When someone had informed me that there were people saying vile stuff about Jodie Whittaker, about her being sexually assaulted and stuff like that. And I even called those people out, right? Because that behaviour, again, is disgusting. But yeah, I get it in the neck. I get all the criticism and I get all the, oh, Noel's a bully. Right? Someone has to call this out. Because will the others call it out? No, they won't. Why would I be deleting comments? I am not actually in the comment section. I'm on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I'm on StreamYard, right? So the comments are coming up as they're coming up. If me moderators are deleting comments, it's because whatever the comments are, they must be offensive and they're deleting them. Or Google has held them back until they get reviewed, right? So, no, I am not deleting comments. I don't delete comments unless they're vile and disgusting. And as I said, we moderators are there for that. That's what their job is. Exactly. She's a person. Exactly. And this is what was said earlier. She's still a human being. It doesn't matter who she is in society. She's a human being. Oh no, a woman who leeches on our taxes, who is never going to read these comments, had death wished upon her. Really, this is an issue which people should care about. Well, first of all, right? How much money does the Queen bring into the UK? So I think you need to sit down. Yeah, with your stupid comment. The Queen brings in literally millions. Millions. So the fact that you're bringing up she leeches on your taxes, well, you get a lot more money back from all the royal tours and all of the palaces being open to the public. So don't be giving me that crap either, right? She brings in a lot of money, and nobody's had a problem with the Queen, right? Up until recently, because of all of this generation, because they don't want to have a Queen as their head of state, right? Well said, Noel. Billions, Noel. Exactly. She brings in a shit ton of money, and they're worried about a few taxes. I know. It's ridiculous.
I know it's like 4 cents or something. It's ridiculously low now. Come on, Bo.
And seriously, it's strange. You want to actually go and read your history. Who built all those castles? Who built all those castles? I'm an Irishman. Who built all those castles? Different kings and queens throughout the centuries built those castles. Right? So without royalty, you wouldn't have any of those castles to bring in the billions that it brings in. And what's this false narrative that we're talking about here? Oh, someone accusing me of being racist again. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? That old line, is it? Again, I love the way how certain people in this chat have tried to change the narrative of the Oak. So I'm going to bring it back to what I was discussing, which is the J-bots that have been saying these vile and disgusting things. I'm not going to get into an argument about castles and about taxes and stuff, because that's what you want me to do. But getting back to the subject and the topic of this video, what these kids have been doing on Twitter is disgusting. Now, every single one of them should be suspended. They should be blacklisted. And in some cases, if they're old enough, they should be charged. If not, something should happen to their parents. Their parents should be reprimanded and actually, and actually be told to take responsibility for what their kids are doing online. Right? What law was broken? You do know that it's treason to wish the Queen or a member of the royal family, especially the head of the royal family, dead. Yeah, you kids want to educate yourselves. Now, I know the law, I think, hasn't been enacted in years and years, but it's still a law. It's still there. It's still treason. Yeah, the parents should be fined heavily. Exactly. The parents should be fined heavily. Then they should be educated how to bring their fucking kids up, because they don't bring their kids up nowadays. They want to be their kid's best fucking friend, right? We were brought up properly. These kids aren't brought up properly, right? Because you look at the way they're behaving. If I behave like that, right, as I said, if I grew up during the 80s, and if there had been Twitter around at the time, and I was on behaving like that on Twitter, right, my parents would absolutely batter me. Now, I'm not saying that parents should go and hit their kids, right? I don't agree with that anyway. I never have grown up. I don't think it's the right thing to do. But a mother and father's responsibility is, if you get pregnant, you have a kid, it's your responsibility to bring that kid up properly. Right? That's your job as a parent. And parents don't do that nowadays. As I said, they want to be their kids' best friends. Instead of actually teaching their kids about the rights and wrongs, they leave it to school, colleges, TV programs to do all of that. Parents don't take responsibility anymore for their own fucking kids. And this is why we get the kind of stuff that happens on social media. Where are those mothers and fathers while their kids are going on social media and saying all this vile, disgusting stuff? Where are they? So, listen, it's wrong. Get rid of Atomoys as well out of the chat. Sick of looking at them, please, if you don't mind. And if anybody else is going to keep that shit up as well, you can get out. Right? As I said, it is treason. Well, you can laugh all you want. As I said, the law might have been acted on in a long, long time, but it is still treason to wish or to think. I think it is to wish or to think that the member of the royal family, the Queen, dies. That's why the Queen doesn't normally or didn't normally go to funerals, right? Obviously, she did go to Princess Diana's funeral, but there was a law there. That's why the Queen never went to a funeral, or a king never went to a funeral, because it was treason to think that the Queen or the King could die. It was a treasonable offence. Well, if you go back to the start of the video, The Strange, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and then you wouldn't be coming midway through and actually wondering what the hell's going on. So, again, I've already put the screenshots up at the start of the video. You can go and check out the start of the video, and then if you want to come back and catch up, you're more than welcome to do so. Even and all, whilst I'm not a fan of the monarchy, I do wish the Queen well. She's 95 and doing well for her age, says Marty. And that's another Irishman. You're going to have a go at him as well, folks, in the chat. Right? We've Raymond O'Reilly is another Irishman. You're going to have a go at him as well? Are you going to have a go at us Irish? Because, you know, at the end of the day, as I said, you know, it doesn't matter whether she's the Queen, right? Someone has wished harm on a 95-year-old woman, and they're all joking and laughing about it on Twitter and think it's all fun and games. And then all saying what day she should die on, so it doesn't upset their little perfect little lives that they have. Right? There it is there. Treason Act 1842. That's what it is. Thank you, Memory, for actually throwing that up. And TARDIS Time says, I am a young man born in Britain and stand with my Queen. And he says, God save the Queen. Well, it's, you know what? It's nice to see that there are. And listen, it's not all young people, obviously. You know who I'm talking about when I'm mentioning young people. You know who I'm talking about. But I do know that the majority of British people love their Queen. Right? See, The Strange, this is the thing now. See, he's after giving you the answer, but you're still not happy, right? And now you're saying petty treason or high treason. You know, Memory, there's no point of even trying to explain, right? This is what they want to do. They want to distract away from the fact of what these kids said, right? So don't respond back. Leave it. Right, where's me kebab? Hold on. Oh, she got me cans of Coke as well. Oh my god. I said it kebab. Oh, she got me chips as well. Oh my god. Right. Let's sit down. Don't worry, I won't chew with me mouth full. What did I say? I said no jalapenos, right? Because I don't think my stomach could take it. Right? And the first thing I look at when I open it up is fucking jalapenos. Look, and I wouldn't even mind. They don't even just put on a couple. It's like 7 or 8 of them in this kebab. Like, what are you trying to do? Give me flux. See what I did there? The classic 80s fanboy said, I served Her Majesty for 23 and a half years. Wow, I didn't actually know that. Well, were you a member of our household? Marty says, as an Irishman, I've never really had time for the monarchy. However, I have been lucky to meet Prince Charles and Prince William on separate occasions, and both seem down to earth to talk to. Fair play to you. Fair play. Oh, the HM forces, no. Oh, fantastic. 3 Irish lads defending the realm in 2021. In fairness, I will say that in that aspect, I don't think. I think people are just surprised that it is Irish people or Irish blokes coming out and saying this. But as I said, I don't care what our standing is in society. At the end of the day, if you're actually, joking and laughing about the Queen's health, a 95-year-old woman. And at the end of the day, and it's funny, isn't it? Because these are the very same people that say that women don't get treated with respect in this fandom, right? And that women aren't treated with respect in Doctor Who. But yeah, they'll joke and laugh about Susan. They'll joke and laugh now about the Queen and wish the Queen dead. Hypocrites. No camera tonight. Well, that's renewed my faith in humanity. My great-granddad served in World War II. His ship was torpedoed. He did his duty, and his name is on the war memorial in my city. The Queen visited it and placed flowers there, said TARDIS Time. Don't think the camera is a good idea. No, it gets screen capped, I reckon. No, I do have my camera on. I don't really care. See, here's another thing as well. I actually have to actually dispel this whole notion, right? Because there are people out there that believe that I stopped using my camera because I was being screen capped, right? No. As I said, I dropped my Chromebook and the camera that I had on my Chromebook broke. Now, I recently got a camera and I have been on stream on camera. I have no problem what these little dickheads do. I know what they've done to me face and screen capped me face, and they've put some vile stuff on those pictures, right? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. This stuff used to bother me, but you know what? I've had 5 years of this abusive behavior that I've gotten so used to it now that now if it happens, I just laugh. Right? It doesn't bother me anymore. So the reason why I don't have my camera on tonight is because I can't be arsed to put my fucking face on camera tonight. Right? But be under no illusion, right, that I did not stop using a camera because I was worried about what people would do to me face. I don't really give a shit what they do. Let them do what they want. Right? These are the very same people that will accuse me of doing photoshopping images, right? Very same people, but they'll do it to me, you know? So I want to dismiss that whole thing because, or dispel, I should say, because there are people out there that think that I stopped using the camera because of these trolls. Yeah. You really think that you are that important in my life that actually has upset me that much? Not anymore. I used to get upset about things like that, but this happens on a daily basis that I've gotten so used to it now that I don't even react anymore. Anyway, do me a favor. We have 36 people watching. I know probably half of them are the people that I'm actually slagging off. But what you can do is, you little morons can hit the dislike button. But for everybody that has liked this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Because there's going to be plenty of stuff going on. on the channel. Remember, the Tarda Zone Talks comes back on Friday. We're gearing up to Series 13. Then after the episode drops, we will have a live panel where we'll be discussing the latest episode. Also, tomorrow I will be revealing who's going to be on the panels for our watch-alongs. Everybody has given me their first and second choices. I'll be now putting everybody in their panels. And then, as I said, there'll be stuff rearranged because obviously we do have New Who on Sundays. But because Series 13 is back, we're going to be doing the Series 13 panels on Sunday. So New Who will probably be getting moved on, either get moved to a Monday or a Tuesday. I haven't decided yet. The Rick and Morty will be back as well. So we're going to have New Who, Classic Who, and Rick and Morty. And then, as I said, Series 13, we're going to have panels, but we'll have different people on, and we'll be doing all that good stuff. So if you want to stay tuned and obviously hear what we have to say about the upcoming Doctor Who flux, let's hope we're not running into the toilet too many times. But yeah, if you just want to hear a live reaction after we've watched the episode, come and join us. And again, then on Wednesday nights, maybe we'll have 2 Tarda Zone Talks during the week. Then the first one will be this Friday. Then the episode drops on Sunday. Then we'll be doing the Tarda Zone Talks maybe on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. And then again on Friday, getting ready, gearing up for the next episode. And that'll be the routine for the next 6 weeks. So if you want to join us for the Series 13 videos and stuff like that we're going to be doing, and the live panels, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of me videos or me streams, and come and take part. As I said, you know, everybody is welcome on this. Everybody is welcome in the chat. The problem is when the other side come in, they decide to take a pop at me instead of actually getting into meaningful discussion and debate about the latest episodes. So yeah, come and join us. We will be doing all of that. And I look forward to it, actually, I have to say. So, as I said, that's the Tarda Zone. Can I appear on the Tarda Zone Talks? Matthew, I'm going to be out straight with you, right? And I know you've been making a bit of an effort here. But we've got a past, and I'm not comfortable bringing you on right now. I'm not. And that's just the bottom line right now. You know, you over the years haven't helped the situation either. And I know you've owned up to it and you're kind of trying, but I don't feel comfortable bringing you on, and I'm just going to be out straight about it. Maybe if you, and again, I haven't seen you in a while, you've just turned up tonight, but you're not in the chat every day. You know, you're not there for every video or stream that I do. So I don't trust bringing you on. I'm sorry. And you know me, I'm out straight. So at least I'm being out straight with you. So I have to say no. Hold on, I just got something. If I listen over the next few months, if I see you in the chat interacting and stuff like that, and turning up at streams that I've done, then maybe then after the trust is built up again, you know, I could bring you on. As I said, I do have no problem bringing anybody on, but we have a bit of a history. You know, you have come after me a couple of times, in fairness to you. Come on. And, you know, you are trying to make up for it. I hope you are anyway. I hope it's not all fake, but seems to me that you are. But give it a few more months, mate, because as I said, I've only seen you tonight in the chat, but I haven't seen you at any other stream. And don't get me wrong, it's kind of, when I do a video on Jodie Whittaker and you turn up, it kind of is a bit suspicious. You know what I mean? So I just, me, have to I have to be honest. You have to earn their leader's favour. I'm not anybody's leader. I'm a guy from Ireland, Dublin, who didn't like the current Doctor Who so much that I decided that I would come on YouTube and give my opinions. And then I was seeing that fans, long-term fans, were being ignored, being vilified, and being criticised. And I wanted to set up this channel to give those fans a voice, because those fans were ignored and are still being ignored. So, no, I'm not anybody's leader. This channel is here and designed to give people a voice. And I think this channel does give people a voice and a platform to say the things that they're normally afraid to say online. So, I always believe that all sides of the fandom should be listened to. And listen, we've extended the olive branch a good few times on this channel. And when I did, it was abused. It was abused. People would come on, then they put on fake Indian accents and, try having the YouTube channel taken down by putting disgusting porn images. When I add them onto the stream, then they were adding pictures of porn on to try have me YouTube channel taken down. So, as I said, I tried to extend the olive branch to the other side, but they'd rather try take me down. And I say try because God love them. They've tried over the last 4.5 years and have failed, and they'll continue to fail. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm actually looking forward to Sunday. It's going to be interesting. That's what I actually said that up on Twitter, and someone says to me, "I'm surprised to hear you say that now." And I have to say, though, as I said to them, well, look, everything that I've seen so far, from the trailer to every bit of information that we've gotten so far, it looks interesting. I'm not saying Series 13 is going to be a success. It's too early to judge, obviously, because we haven't seen that yet. But what I've seen so far, I've been impressed by. So let's see, can Chris Chibnall go out on a high? For the sake of for the sake of the show, as I've always said, it'll be nice for them to go out on a high. So when RTD takes over, the show is in a healthier state than what it's in now. Yeah, the weeping. I know. Look, that's what I mean. Look, that John Bishop clip was so funny. I was actually like, okay, the writing here is not bad. And I know it was only a brief little clip, and you can't judge the whole series on a brief little clip. But it actually made me smile, John Bishop seeing. And I had a little bit of a giggle to myself, especially when he gives the kids the sweets, right? And then when he closes the door, and then your man just knocks at his door, and then that whole banter between the two of them. I thought that was really funny. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting as well because the TARDIS is dying, and if you remember, we spoke about this on the channel as well. It's been a rumor that's been flying about on multiple channels anyway, so I'm not taking credit for that one. But there was a rumor that the TARDIS was supposed to be dying, right? And that rumor goes back all the way to Series 11, by the way. But it looks like it's finally happening because there's been some photos released, and the pillars that are on the TARDIS, some of them are turning black. So they're actually they're either disintegrating or the TARDIS is dying. So there's something afoot. There's something afoot. Sure, the TARDIS is dying. He's got Chris Chibnall said he's going to blow up the universe in the first episode. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. That's all. That's the word I'm using. Interesting. So we'll see. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm a little bit worried about. The US fans, because the Liverpool accent is so, it's so. What's the expression? It's not unique. It's like the Newcastle accent. It's very pronounced. Is that the word? Or whatever you want to. Yeah, it is a hard accent to. Well, I mean, they subtitled Bleeding Jodie Whittaker's interview, and she's from Huddersfield, isn't she? So I mean, if they couldn't understand Jodie Bleeding Whittaker, God help them when it comes to Bleeding John Bishop. Chibnall's gonna blow up the universe, so he's copying Moffat again. Wasn't it RTD who destroyed the universe in season 4? No, he didn't destroy the universe. What happened was there's planets and moons taken from different points in time that ended with the stolen Earth and Journey's End. The only alternative universe that was there was Donna's one when she had the Beatles spider thing on her back. But as the Doctor explained, that wasn't really an alternative universe. But Rose was able to talk to Donna through that. It was explained. The reality bomb with Davros, yeah, but that was planets and moons taken out of different time zones. It wasn't different realities, or I mean, different universes. It was Stephen Moffat who actually did the whole blown up the universe thing. That was him. RTD's one wasn't strictly blown up the universe. Yeah, well, in fairness, it's our last season, Marty. Do we really care if she gets a new bleeding opening sequence, to be quite honest with you? I don't really care. I've noticed now that I've stopped talking about the J-bots and the Queen and their vile behaviour, that the numbers of the stream have gone down now. They must be all gone to bed. And this person is saying, Hunter Owen one says, the person didn't really mean it. All right, so it was a joke, was it? Is that the line that we're using when people get called out for their vile behaviour? You're going to say now they didn't mean it, so was it a joke or something? Is that what you're going to tell me? So it's okay to wish someone dead, but they didn't mean it? Get away. You blocked them all know them all. They still on about you on Twitter. Good, let them. They bring a lot of attention to the channel, so let them. I hope John doesn't carry on with the low-class accent, to be honest. What does that even mean, low-class accent? You mean working class?
That means you're stupid.
You mean working class because he's literally a plumber in this. So he's working. He wouldn't be class as low class. Oh, what did you do? Open it, take a sup, and then hand it to me?
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
That she just opened me Coke.
I got you Coke.
She just opened me Coke, guys.
But I got it for you.
And she took a sup out of the can. And she knows how I feel about that shit.
I made sure to put corn extra on it.
See what I have to deal with. See what I have to deal with. She's robbing me fucking drink, man.
I'm sorry.
And same with the fucking kebab. I said no jalapenos. 15.
I did not hear that.
15 fucking jalapenos on me fucking.
I did not hear that.
Coke.
You can pick them off.
You're as bad as everybody in the chat.
Well, I
just pick them off.
It's not like it was sauce. It's jalapenos. You can pick it off. It's fine. But being a drama queen.
Nah, Liverpoolians who lower class, but he's a plumber, so he'd be classed as working class.
You know, you can always go get your own food.
Well, that's true. That's true. I see everyone's favorite clickbait YouTubers making comments about you. Clickbait YouTuber. Oh, there's loads of them. You have to be a bit more specific. Give me initials. Give me initials. Oh, is it my little favourite pal that always, who used to be our friend but is a little traitor now and is sucking up to the other side. But no, I had no problem using me in Ballstreck to get his numbers up. Is that the person you're talking about? Let him talk about me. Ah, baby Ballstreck. That was my favourite comment of his. Baby Ballstreck. I want to be baby Ballstreck. Listen, I've no time for him, and I never will. You know, I don't mind that he didn't want to have anything to do with us anymore. The fact that he actually turned to people that were actually coming after me and Ballstreck and others in the fandom. That's what annoyed me about the whole situation. There's no loyalty, you know, and he's a disloyal person, and he's only using all of these other people. As soon as he gets what he can out of them, he'll be gone. Yeah, the Queen does watch Doctor Who, apparently. Yeah. I'd well believe it. Sitting down having our tea, you know, or being served our tea, and she's there in front of the TV watching Doctor Who. I mean, she's even featured in Doctor Who. Not the real Queen, but the Titanic episode, Voyage of the Damned. So, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a British institution. If you think about it, at the time when she probably would have been watching it back in the day, it was a British institution. Doctor Who was one of the most popular shows on TV at one stage. Unfortunately, that's not the case now. But look, back to what we were talking about, and then I'm going to finish up. All I'm just going to say to the other side is this. You know, you guys can redeem yourselves. You really can. If you choose to. You know, you don't have to keep living your life like this and saying all of these vile things to get attention. Right? I know most of you have low self-esteem, and without being on Twitter and causing drama, your lives are that boring that, you know, you feel it, right? So you need to feel part of something. But going on and saying the things that you are saying and behaving the way he's having this fandom, by attacking fans as well, and the stuff that you have done over the years is unbecoming of a Doctor Who fan. No Doctor Who fan should be acting the way you guys are acting. And if you've had any morals or a moral compass, you would know that your behaviour is wrong. It's time for you guys now to kind of, look at yourselves in the mirror and say, how can I be a better person? Because right now, you are acting like the vile pieces of crap that I actually think you are. And somewhere deep down in your personality, there probably is a nice person there, right? Maybe you should drag that nice person out of you and actually start being nice to people. See, the problem with that side of the fandom has always been that people like me that did not like this era, right? Because they did and because they had that opinion, we were the enemy. I think they've forgotten that in life, everybody's going to have opinions, agree or disagree on things. That's just life. If we all thought the same and all think the same, we're all labeled the same and put in little boxes, life would be really, really boring. The human race would stagnate. Society would stagnate. It's always important to have those people out there that do think for themselves, that do have different opinions. But what you must never do is go and attack, make up accusations about someone because you do not like what they have to say. And this other vile behavior, and as I said, this is a side that seems to be obsessed with sex. Right? Because a few weeks back or a few months back, one of the people that I highlighted in one of those comments made some sick sperm jokes about David Tennant and about what he was doing with other characters, female characters, people that, and this is the thing that baffles me, right? They've done everything in their power short of doing criminal acts. Actually, I would say some of them have actually crossed the line to defend the female Doctor. But yeah, they have no problem themselves attacking other women in posts like the Queen and like companions of previous eras to make their sick little jokes, right? That's what they call them. When they get called out, it's a joke or they didn't mean it, right? Well, they shouldn't have said it in the first place. And then I wouldn't be calling them out, or people like me wouldn't be calling them out. If they behaved in a Doctor Who, like a Doctor Who fan should behave, then this fandom would be in a better state than what it actually is. Our side was the one that was called toxic, right? Okay, and we're the problem, right? So answer me this little question. Doctor Who has been around since the 1960s, right? So if this fandom was so toxic, right, as you all claim, right, well then, where's the evidence to back it up, right? Now, I will say during the late 80s, it did get a little bit toxic because of what happened, right? But in general, the Doctor Who fandom, before Jodie Whittaker came along, was the envy of a lot of fandoms out there. Yes, people did have their arguments and their debates and their disagreements about the Moffat era, even the RTD era. It happens, right? But I've never seen this level of toxicity ever since that woman was cast. And as soon as a woman was cast, that was it. Then the newspapers came out and said, well, anybody that has a problem with a female doctor is sexist, is a bigot, right? And that gave them the fuel and the ammunition then to continue this whole thing for the last 4.5 years, right? So I'm sorry that the fandom has become more toxic in recent years because of those fans, right? It's nothing to do with the long-term fans or fans that jumped on in 2005, because relatively speaking, the fandom was a nice place to be in. It's actually, it's so fucking easy to see where this fandom actually went toxic. It's when all of these Jodie Whittaker fans or Jodie stans start coming into the fandom. It's like the Star Wars fandom as well. Before the sequel trilogy, right, the Star Wars fandom was one of the nicest fandoms to be in. Then the sequel trilogy comes along, but yeah, it's Star Wars fans, original Star Wars fans who are the toxic ones. No, the fandom only became toxic when you little Muppets, little super rays came in, right, and start attacking original Star Wars fans. Same thing happened in the Doctor Who fandom, right? As soon as Peter Davison, and a perfect example of it was this, when Peter Davison came out and he expressed concerns about a female doctor, he was ran off Twitter by Jodie stans, right? So if you want to talk about toxic fandom, look no further than yourselves. All you guys that have engaged in horrible behaviour in the last 4.5 years. You want to know why the fandom is toxic? It's because of you guys. And the sooner this era is over, which it will be, thanks be to God, RTD is coming back. Now they're already saying, oh, they don't realise that RTD is very progressive and he's very woke, he is. They're going to be surprised because he's even worse than Chris Chibnall. Right. See, again, we have no problem with agenda or politics in Doctor Who. The problem that we have is that if you look at the way RTD did it during his first run, right, and you compare it to the way Chris Chibnall did it, you will see a stark difference. RTD put character development first, story development, right? And whatever message or whatever casting he made, whether it was a bisexual character or a gay character or whatever, right? They had character development, right? It wasn't forced. The story was not substituted for the message. The message was integrated into the story in such a way it didn't alienate the fans. Chris Chibnall hit you across the head with a hammer or a frying pan to get his message across. He even had Jodie Whittaker's doctor look directly at the TV camera and preached was about climate change. Now, if RTD was to do that fucking story, right, and talk about climate change, I could tell you 100% he'd do a better job, right? So I'm under no illusion. I've seen RTD's writing over the years, and it's absolutely stellar. And the reason why it's stellar and the reason why I have no problems with his writing, right, is for the simple fact is he writes great characters, great stories, story arcs, and whatever message, as I said, he wants to put in there is interwoven in all of that, right? This is why I'm saying to people that are kind of, even on their side of the fandom, that are kind of being a bit too negative about, oh, we're going to get more of the same with RTD. Well, you really need to go back and watch his era again because I'm sorry, you know, people use this word woke, right? It was woke, right? I don't have a problem with woke, right? It's the way it's done. And RTD is the master on how it should be done. Chris Chibnall was a failure at it. Message came first, story was secondary, right? He couldn't even write his female doctor properly, right? It's not all her fault that she failed. It's all got to do with Chris Chibnall's writing. Chris Chibnall's writing has been absolutely disgusting and hasn't been up to the level that it should be. And I'm glad to see the back of him. And I can't wait for the GOAT to come back. And yes, the GOAT is RTD because during his era, I do believe that we got Jordan New Who. That was the golden age of New Who, in my opinion, the RTD era. You won't see a better era in New Who than his era. So I have no problems with him coming back, and I'm not scared or afraid of what he's going to do because I know whatever he does, it's going to be done properly. And if he was to cast a woman as well, and a lot of people that were against the female doctor have even come out and said, well, if RTD did a female doctor, I'd probably give it more of a chance than I did with Chris Chibnall because they know he will be able to do it justice. That's the difference. So no, we're not surprised or anything or under any illusions of this, that, and the other. We know that he will write this show properly. He will build characters properly, story arcs, and as I said, whatever messaging he wants to put in it, it'll be done properly, subtly. It won't be smashed across your fucking face every 5 fucking minutes. Yeah, well, as I said, they're gone now. We've got one more season, couple of specials. We know they're gone now. It gives Doctor Who fans that have walked away some hope now. And I've seen a lot of fans that have turned their back, not just at the Jodie Whittaker era. Some people did leave during the Peter Capaldi and even the Matt Smith eras. And now they're willing to come back and give the RTD era a go. I think fans are going to be surprised. I think, if we're going to talk about numbers and ratings, well, we've seen all the spin of the numbers and ratings when Chris Chibnall took over. But wait till you see when RTD takes over. Straight away, the last special got 4.2 million or something, right? I wouldn't be surprised if I won't be surprised if RTD's fourth episode or his 60th anniversary gets around 18, 19 million views. Seriously, this is how popular this man is. Right? And he's done years and years, and it's a sin, and they're critically acclaimed. Remember, this guy didn't need to come back to Doctor Who. Right? Doctor Who needed him. Right? He could have he's won awards just recently. He didn't need to come back to this show. Right? But he saw an opportunity. He's using his own production company, and he is going to come back. And I'm telling you, even with the name RTD, those ratings are going to take a boost already. So can you imagine now what he writes for it? Right? But again, I will say this. I don't want what he wrote back in 2000. We don't want the rehash of what he did in 2005 and onwards. His writing obviously has grown, and he's obviously a bit more experienced now. So I want to see something different from him. Because Doctor Who has become stale. And it did become stale under Moffat. Nobody denies that. And it didn't need an interjection of fresh ideas. But the problem was Chris Chibnall went the wrong way about it. And he put boundaries there before he even took the job. He said he wouldn't take the job unless he was able to cast a female doctor. So he already narrowed the search. They talk about inclusivity and space for all and all of this. But yet when they go and cast a doctor, they narrow the search down. Oh no, we're not going to cast a man anymore. It's going to be a woman now. Can't do that. It's like I seen a comment the other day and someone said the doctor should be non-binary. Again, I'll make the comment, and Per Mackey said it as well. I'll make the comment and I'll make the point. What she's suggesting is narrowing the search again, and we can't do that. If BBC are really inclusive, well, it's nothing to do with BBC, but people that really want to talk about inclusivity, well, then the role should be open to everybody. There shouldn't be restrictions on who they cast, right? So it shouldn't just cast a non-binary doctor or cast another woman doctor, but let's make her a lesbian or something like that, right? That's narrowing the search. You should get the best person in for the job, right? And that's what's been missing during this era. Chris Chibnall hasn't even brought in the best writers either. So the best people have to be brought in. And as I said, I did like the latest festive special, and I got criticised for it. So even when I do come out and I praise something, I'm getting criticised. I agree with you, PD. His writing on Torchwood was much, much better. because Torchwood was more drama anyway, and he's very good at drama. Is Chris Chibnall? Nobody will deny that. But I'm just baffled that they gave him this show because he's not a sci-fi writer. And if you actually look back on his time at Torchwood, there wasn't much sci-fi in it, by the way. Just in case anybody pulls me up about that, go and watch it again. There wasn't much sci-fi in it at all. Right, you had the gadgets and the computer and all of that, but there wasn't that really. It was more about the personal people in it. Well, if you like the Cavity Man, that's fair enough. I didn't like Tim Shaw. But again, you're entitled to that opinion, Hunter. If you did like Tim Shaw, that's great. Fair play to you. I just didn't like the character at all, mate. That's just my opinion. Just like you have yours, and that's fine. Countryside. Yeah, I like Countryside. I don't know why that gets some stick, but that does get a lot of stick. But I love that episode. That is one of the most, seriously. That I would agree with you there. I think that episode is up there as one of the best Torchwood episodes. I have to be honest. I mean, it's got the tension, it's got the build up. You don't know what the fuck is going on, and then you see these weird fucking people. Then you find that they're all cannibals and stuff. I thought it was great. Chris isn't really suited for sci-fi. That was the problem. Look, if they were going to bring Chris Chibnall in, they should have brought someone in with him that understood Doctor Who and understood the sci-fi element of Doctor Who. But he chose not to do that. And I will always kind of be baffled by that decision of bringing him in. But look, he's gone now. We got this series coming up now on Sunday. And then the countdown officially starts to RTD. I just can't wait for that man to come back and to bring back Doctor Who back to some respectability. Because I think it is, because personally speaking, I think the show has become a laughing stock. Right? I'll give you this example. During the 50th anniversary, right? If you're a long-term Doctor Who fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. But there was a time in the Doctor Who fandom where you didn't actually admit you were a Doctor Who fan because you were embarrassed, right? Now, the reason why you're embarrassed, because back in the day, you know, the shaky sets, the foam monsters and all of that other stuff, right? It was an embarrassing thing to say that you were a Doctor Who fan. But during the 50th anniversary, right, I never seen that like it. The Doctor Who fandom was one of the best fandoms to be in. Everybody was loud and proud that they were a Doctor Who fan. Yeah, you had people, you know, I went to see that 50th anniversary in the cinema. And I was blown away. And this is in Ireland, by the way. And I was blown away by the amount of people that were dressed up as David Tennant, you know, Matt Smith, Christopher Eccleston, Tom Baker, you know, William Hartnell. I even seen a William Hartnell cosplay, which you don't really see many of, but I did. Even a Pertwee. Oh my God. It was like, you know, any forum you went on as well. Yeah, I'm a Doctor Who fan. And people say, oh, Doctor Who. Now you say you're a Doctor Who fan. Oh, how can you watch that show? You know, it's sad. I want the show to have its respectability brought back, and I think RTD can do that. And you'll get action-packed episodes. You will get your look. Just look at his era again. Look, I would suggest that you all go back and watch RTD again. And watch how he wrote and how he developed characters, because that's what he did in 2005 onwards. Think about what he's done since then and what he's capable of doing now with character development and story development. We're in for some. I'm telling you, even if he don't look, even if there are still some naysayers out there, right? I'm just going to say it out straight. It's going to be better than what Chris Chibnall has given us over the last few years. Now, will it be good enough though? That we'll have to wait and see. But RTD has a record, and his record says that right now he is probably one of the best writers around at the moment. And we've got him back for Doctor Who. And he was a good writer then, right? He's even better now. He's grown since then as well, you know? So I'm excited. I'm still buzzed. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there, especially from the other side. Why is Noel buzzed for? He's going to be in for a disappointing surprise when RTD turns out the same as Chris Chibnall. But he won't. He'll be better than Chris Chibnall, because even though I can guarantee you, right, if RTD was in Chris Chibnall's place now and he was doing this whole era, right, exactly the way it is now, but we had RTD as the showrunner instead and was writing those stories and was doing the character development on those stories, and he was intertwining all these little messages in, it would be done 10 times better than the way Chris Chibnall done it. That's what you're going to get. And that's why I'm excited. His characters have zero growth. Well, I mean, Yasmin Khan has stood still. Even his doctor, Jodie Whittaker, right? Apparently for this series, she's going to have a journey of self-discovery, right? Now, I'm no RTD and I'm no Chris Chibnall or Stephen Moffat, right? But I don't think anybody would disagree with me when I say that, well, that should have happened during Series 11. If you make the big change from male to female, should she not have gone on a journey of self-discovery during Series 11, and then it developed during Series 12 further, and then we get the Series 13? Do you get me? But he seems to be doing it backwards now. Like, she's going to get a journey of self-discovery during this series instead of having it in Series 11. What was Ryan's story? Riding a bike. Oh, Jesus, don't even go there with Ryan's fucking story. You know, I felt so sorry for Tolson Cole. Great actor, by the way. And he's going to be starting, I don't know if it's already out, but I know he's going to be in another bloody TV show over in the States. And I can tell you that young man has talent. That's what Chris Chibnall does. He gets the brightest talent, which he has, in fairness to him. He's brought in some stellar casting as well, but he brings them in and he ruins them all. He just can't. He's just not good. Look, he should have stuck with Broadchurch, even though after 3 series Broadchurch was crap. But that's what he's good at, drama. You know, doing family emotion and all of that stuff. Right? Doctor Who's a sci-fi show, first and foremost. Right? But he tried to flip that. Oh, let's make it a drama. And do you notice over the last couple of years, they have been calling it a drama sci-fi? No, Doctor Who is purely sci-fi. Sci-fi action adventure is what it should be, right? But that's not the category it does be under. It does be always under drama category. The best drama. Exactly, Memory. I mean, Alan Cumming, you get such a high-profile actor like that, who we all know is an incredible talent, and then you bring him on, you get him to play King James in a way that isn't even representative of what King James would have acted like. Then, I mean, he's brought in Lenny Henry as well. He's brought in Chris North. And even with this flux, he's going to be bringing in some great talent. some great talent, but I fear that he's going to mess them up. For example, Craig Parkinson, he was in a show that I watched years ago called Misfits that was on E4, and he played a probation worker. I think he was in it pretty much from the start, wasn't he? Hold on, because the first probation worker died. No, I think he was in the second series for onwards. And he's a great actor. Absolutely fantastic in that show, right? Will he be fantastic in Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who? See, that's the thing. I doubt it very much. Because of the past 2 seasons have showed us that his writing is just not up to scratch right now. Look, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he goes out on a high. Because I want the show in a healthy state. You know, for when RTD takes over. I don't want it any more difficult for him than it already is. So I hope and pray that he does go out on a high. And I hope he does surprise us. And I hope I can come on stream and say, holy shit, Chris Chibnall has given us the best Doctor Who that he's given us ever. Right? That's what I want to do. I want to be able to come on and praise him for what he done. But can he do that? A lot of fans would doubt it. Right? And I have me doubts as well. But we'll wait and see. He always starts off strong, by the way, though. This is the thing. He always starts off strong. I mean, everybody admitted that Spyfall Part 1 wasn't a bad episode. It's when he got to the second part of that story is where it went all bullshit. It's the same with his Series 11. Okay, I mightn't like the woman who fell to earth, but a lot of people thought, even Ballstreck thought, okay, it's not bad. I'm a bit worried because the way Jodie is acting, but let's see how it goes on. But then we got the second and third episode, and we all know what happened there, right? So he always starts off strong, but he can never maintain it. So, you know, I'm hoping he does. It's serialized now. So, you know, let's be honest. Broadchurch was serialized as well. And the 4th season of Broadchurch is brilliant, right? Forget about the second and third season. But the 4th season of Broadchurch is brilliant. I'll admit that. Now, if he can reproduce something like that for Doctor Who in a sci-fi terms, but he's doing it as serialized, then I think he could go out on a high. But this will be the question I will ask. If he does end up being a success, well then why didn't he start off his era like that? Serialize it, play to his strengths, you know? See, I criticize him for not playing Jodie or getting her to play with her strengths, right? Well, why didn't he do the same for himself? If it does turn out to be good, there is. We will see. We will see. I hope he does for the sake of the show, as I said. But I do have some news for you. And remember, this is rumor and speculation. I don't normally do it on this stream. I don't know if I should actually read it out on this stream. Maybe I should do it on another stream, actually. Yeah, I'll leave it. I'll do it on another stream. I'll do a video. I'll throw it up later. I'm not going to do it on this stream because this stream is about Jodie Whittaker fans and how they've been behaving. No, do it now. No, I'm going to do a separate video, guys. No, because what'll happen is it'll get buried in this stream, right? Then what'll happen is then someone will say to me, oh, Noel's lying, and then I won't be able to find the video. So I'm doing a separate video. Which I'll do straight after this stream, which I'm going to finish up now. So, do you know what? I might go live again. And I'm only going live for about 20 minutes, though. It won't be I won't be going live for too long, right? But I do have some news for you regarding this season. And it's quite interesting, actually. Do you know the way, all I'll just say is, you know the way everybody's been saying on the cast that it's going to be heartbreaking? Well, it's in relation to something got to do with heartbreaking. So it's your choice, to be honest, Noel, but can you do it soon? Would cheer me up. I'm going to do it straight away. Someone says, what's with all the dislikes? Oh, don't worry about those dislikes. What'll happen is half of them will be wiped off as soon as the video goes up on YouTube. See, what happened was it's the poor little J-bots. They come in, they heard that I was talking about them and exposing their behavior, and they didn't like what I had to say, so they come in. What they don't realize is they actually help the algorithm, and they actually help the channel. But they're that stupid and dumb. I mean, look at them. They watch this here and think it's absolutely the best writing that they've ever seen. I mean, some of the comments from their fans, from the fans of this era, are really baffling. I mean, someone tried to actually say last night, right, before we leave, that Chris Chibnall is a better writer and his era is better than RTD's. Now, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Megan asks, is the Queen not on the mend? Yeah, apparently she did something today. She did, she was out and about. So apparently, yes, she's all good. I was just highlighting the behavior of some fans under this. The Sontarans look awesome under Chris. That was the very first thing. When I saw those Sontarans, I'll criticise his writing, right? But the one thing I will say about him is during his era, even with the Jadoon, I know you put a little mohawk on them, but that even made a difference, right? I did like his new Cybermen, except the Cyber Lords, but I did like the new Cybermen. They grew on me. Now, originally I didn't, right? But it was after I you know, sometimes when you see something at first, you're like, no, I don't like it. And it takes you time to kind of get used to it. But I do like the new Cyber. I do like his Dalek stories, right, that he's done. I get criticised for that. But his festive specials, yes, I know some of them find them boring. But there's elements within that. There's a Dalek story that he's trying to tell there that I find very, very fascinating. And again, he's made the Daleks, for me, the Daleks became a bit of a joke under Moffat, right? I don't think he knew how to use the Daleks. But under Chris Chibnall, he's made them more sinister again. He's kind of brought them back to the way they should be. I don't like the design of the new Daleks now, I will say. I don't like that slimmed look on them. Never have. But there are things that he has done that he should be praised for. And I will say one thing, that Sontaran design looks absolutely brilliant. I was shocked. I was shocked. I really was. I thought, holy... See, this is what annoys me about him. There's certain things that he does and he's fucking brilliant. And his design team, you know, they're brilliant, right? But then he does other stuff. And I'm like... And then he's writing compounds out, and I'm like, come on. You know, he gets some elements. He always gets something right. Gets a lot of things wrong. But I do like his Sontarans. I'm glad the Weeping Angels are back because we haven't had a decent Weeping Angels story. I think, again, it was a Moffat creation, but even he kind of ruined his own creation. When we got that big Statue of Liberty fucking Weeping Angel, that was it for me. And then you got the Weeping Babies. That bleeding annoyed me as well, right? But I'm glad they're back because I do like the Weeping Angels. I've always loved the Weeping Angels, right? Now, while I do think Blink is overrated, It's a great story, but I do like the Time of the Angels and the other one with River Song. I think that's a fucking cracking Weeping Angel story. But I do like them. I like the Weeping Angels. So I'm very in, because one thing I will say, it'll be very interesting to see how he does the Weeping Angels. Look, there's a lot of things that could go right for this series. I really look, I don't want to be coming on here again on Sunday and saying it was a pile of crap. I just want Chris Chibnall to just write something that I can actually say, yes, well done. You actually finally wrote something that I can get fully behind and say, brilliant. That's all I want. That's all I want, right? But can he do it? And that's the question a lot of Doctor Who fans will be asking. Well, join me on Sunday, because I'm wrapping up now. Join me on Sunday, because we will find out together. And we will have, obviously, the reaction to the latest episode. 15 minutes after the episode is finished, we will be live and we will discuss it. The Mandasian Cybermen, yeah, okay. I forgot about that story, but Nicholas, you are right. I do like the Mandasian Cybermen that Moffat did actually doing that in that season 10. That was brilliant. Are you going to do the news stream? It's not coming from Reddit though. No, this is coming from me sources. It's in relation to the current series. So obviously we still get information about the current series. As I said, when it comes to the new series, it's going to be a little bit difficult because RTD is bringing in his own people. He's got his own production company. So unless we can get someone in there, then as I said, we'll have to wait and see what kind of information we can get. But this is in relation to what's happening in the current era. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream now. I'm going to set up the other stream straight away. Actually, do you know what we'll do? While we're here talking, I will set the stream up right now so I can put it in the chat for you guys. So just bear with me for a second. Right. So new broadcast. So there we go. So right. Nearly there, folks. Nearly there. Now, as I said, this won't be a long ass stream because I've obviously been on a while now. I wasn't even supposed to stay on for this long. So we'll set it for 2:15 my time. So today, yes, obviously. I'm hardly going to fucking schedule it for tomorrow now, am I? Fucking YouTube. Right, now I have to go into YouTube so I can put the link in for you guys. So just bear with me for a second so me mods don't have to do it. So I'll go in and get it there. What the fuck is he still going on? Of course I'm still going on. Why wouldn't I be, Alpha? I you know, sometimes I get baffled by some of the comments. Like, yous all know me by now. Yous all know me. I don't come on and do, well, this next stream will definitely be about 20 minutes. But yous know me, guys. I don't do short streams. Never do. Never have. Right. Where's this fucking thing? There we go. Right. Right, I'm about to share it in the chat. So get yous our asses over to that stream. Right, where is it? Come here, come here. All these different pages I actually have to open. Right. Right. Right, here we go. So here's the link there. So that's the link to the other stream that we're going to be doing in a few minutes. So if you want to get yourselves over there now, please do, because it's 16 minutes we start, 16 minutes, because I'm going to finish up here now. But firstly, I just want to say thank you for this super chat, Raymond. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody that has joined me tonight, whether you're a fan or not a fan. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. It doesn't matter who you are. As I said, you all help. I don't think these kids realize that even the dislikes help the channel. But if you've liked everything that you've heard tonight, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And as I said, come and join us every Sunday night for our review, live reaction of the latest episode of Doctor Who Flux. And I am interested to see what happens. I'm not going to say I'm excited, because I'm not excited, because there is that, and I'm still a bit hesitant. But I will go into this, as I've said to you, and I make this promise to you, I will be going into this series with an open mind. And everything that's happened in the past, I'm going to forget about and leave at the door. And I'm just going to review this as a separate entity from the other 2 seasons. And we'll see how it goes. As I said, for the hope of the show, I hope Chris Chibnall goes out on a high, right? Because then it means when RTD takes over the show, as I said, is not in a worse state than it would be if he doesn't hit the ground, man. We'll see. Right, anyway, thanks for joining us. I'm going to leave you with the trailer. As I said, get over to the other chat now. The link is there. I'll be there now in a few minutes. And I've got some I've got some news for you all. And news that you will want to hear. I have to say, it's a bit of a, if you're a fan of this era, you will definitely want to hear what I have to say. Some of you might actually cry. So come and join me anyway. See you later, folks. Here's the trailer.